Hello, fellow Sudokans, and welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku puzzle for Saturday, the 9th of April 2022. The weekend has arrived. That's very nice. A very unusual week coming up here in Thailand. Yesterday, I had the opportunity to wish someone Happy New Year because I won't be seeing them next week. And that was nice. And if you're wondering why, well, that's because in Thailand here we have New Year at a rather different time than the rest of you. We have two, actually. We do celebrate the January the 1st New Year, but also April the 13th. And the 14th and the 15th, 3 days. It's a 3-day affair, but it's actually the 13th when the first day of Songkran, which is our water pouring festival, where quite often people splash water on each other. It's been cancelled for the last couple of years. This year it's open in a tiny way. You're allowed to pour water onto monks' hands, or maybe the elderly. I'm not sure about that one, or Buddha images. But the general malarkey, as Joe Biden might say, of craziness of Songkran is still not allowed for another year. We're still worried about COVID, of course. Okay, now this is the Guardian Expert Puzzle. Now each day in the Guardian begins on a Monday, easy day, beginner day. Tuesday, Wednesday, supposedly medium, but really just usually easy puzzles. Thursday, Friday, it works its way up to what they call hard levels, but which are probably medium levels by most other standards. And now we have the expert level. So I want to, since we do have, I noticed the channel has picked up views in the last week, which is nice. Might actually get a few more people on. So we're getting some new viewers. So I just would like to mention that if you haven't played these newspaper games before and you see the word expert, you might think, oh, expert is going to be really tough, like some of the internet games that are available, but they're not usually that difficult. And the Guardian in particular has been quite well known on this channel for really failing in its duty to live up to the term expert. But anyway, it's pre-breakfast here, so I'm confident that it's not going to be difficult. So confident, in fact, that I haven't bothered to have breakfast yet, and I shall have breakfast after I finish. There we are. That's how confident I am that it's unlikely to be really tough. So let's start, shall we? Let's have this 5 blocking up this column here, giving us, look at this, the possibility of, not the possibility, the absolute certainty of putting a 5 here. And as soon as we do that, the 5 blocking down and the 5 blocking up gives us this 5 right there, right now. Isn't that nice? Okay, that's the first thing that I saw. Maybe you saw something else. Well done if you did. Right, let's see what else is on the cards. Okay, I've seen something which is a New York Times type ploy of 1 and 8 blocking down here. So 1 and 8 blocking down here. So we give ourselves a naked pair of 1 and 8 here. I don't know what that's going to do just yet, but let's see. So 3 blocks down here and 3 blocks across here like this. So this has to be a 3, remembering these squares are 1 and 8 as well. Now we have a 3 there. What else do we have? 2, 3. Okay, there's 6 blocking down here and a 6 blocking across here. So this is a 6 here. And the 2 blocking down here, the 2 has to go here. Right, now remember I said 1 and 8 are here, so we've got 9 blocking across here, 9 blocking across here, so the 9 fits there. That leaves us with a 4 and 7 in these 2 squares here. Okay. Right then, what's missing up here? Let's see. Actually, we can kind of examine all of these numbers, can't we? Missing numbers from this column now are 4 and 9, I think. Okay, we've got intersecting 4 and an intersecting 9. How about that? 9 blocks here, so the 9 is here, and the 4 blocks this square, so the 4 is there. Okay. Right, let's come up here and see what's missing then. So missing numbers up here are 2, 4, and 9. We got a 2 and a 4, but we don't... Oh, it's 2 and a 9, sorry. We don't know anything about the 4 yet. Missing numbers here are 3, 6, 7. We've got a blocking 7, that's it. Okay, so now maybe the easy ones are over and the other easy ones continue. I don't know. You never can tell with the Guardian. It's not that, as I said though, it's often not particularly demanding. As a Sudoku puzzle, as a newspaper, it's a good read very often, and I recommend it. I've been reading it for many years. I just noticed they were talking about the anniversary of the Falklands. Was it 40 years? Or was it 40 years since the Falklands? Or I think so. And I think that's when I really started reading every day. I love the Steve Bell cartoons, as well as the informed writing. The Falklands War was not one of great clarity, a very difficult one to think about, really, because on the one hand you had the British imperialism, and on the other hand you had General Galtieri, who was a monstrous fascist as well. So it's one of those things where you really can't, neither side is particularly something that you would love to see, be very successful in their ventures. Anyway. This column here is lacking 2s. You can see intersecting 2s across all of these rows here, except this square here. So we know that a 2 has to fit there. And now we can say 2 blocks across here and across here. So we know that our 2 is in that square there. Our 9 blocks across here like this. And that's our 9. And our 4 is in this square here. Let's undo. All right, let's see what's missing from this little group here, this little line of 3. We don't yet have 5, 6, or 8. I see a 5, I see a 6, that's it. Okay, so where should we look next? That's the thing in Sudoku, isn't it? Always deciding, where should I look next? Maybe this is a good time to look at the numbers. I mean, just by highlighting them. Oh yeah, look, that's the perfect time, isn't it? Look, because we have 1 blocking across here, 1 blocking across here, and 1 up here. See, I'm so glad that I highlighted that digit to make it a bit clearer. A useful thing to do sometimes. Now, we don't yet have a 5 in this column. We've got 3 possible squares where a 5 might go. So let's see, we've got 5 blocking here, we've got another 5 blocking here. So ergo, 5 is in that square there. I kind of keep looking at this block up here. All right, let's investigate, shall we? 4 blocks up there, so 4 is still available in those squares, and there's nothing else to say not, right? 4 could come here or up there like that, those 3 as well. 4 is possible like this. Okay, now 5 is limited to the middle row here, and so is 6. 7 is like this. 7 could still come here and up. 7 is still like that, right? Okay. 8 is in these squares. Yeah, I keep looking at it, but it's not doing what I hoped it might do. So let's have a look in other places, shall we? In fact, I rather think this might be a good place to look. Let's have a look down here. What's missing? We don't yet have 1, 4, 6, 8. 1, 4. Is that right? 1, 4. No, sorry, I take that back. 1, 4, 7, 8. Sorry. 1, 4, 7, 8. Oh, well, it wasn't quite as useful as I thought. No, yeah, so kind of almost, but not quite. Maybe some of you have seen something that I haven't seen. That's quite possible there. Let's have a look and see what's missing up here, shall we? Oh, quite a lot. We've got 5 numbers missing. We've got 3, 5, 6, 7. I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it. I mean, I've spotted, of course, the fact that 7s are just limited to these squares. And down here, 7 is limited to these squares. But I mean in that row. Sorry, I don't mean in the whole block. I just mean in the rows. Right. No, that's not getting me anywhere. Right, come on, Neil, get to it. Let's put in some digits and see if it sparks anything in my imagination. Okay, 1s are looking like this. No, they're not. They're looking like that. Almost saw something that wasn't there. Okay. We haven't got any completed digits yet, so we can just look at everything. 2s are going to appear like this. What else is down the bottom here? Something else? 5s. Okay. 5 blocks across here, 5 blocks across here, and 2 blocks across here, and 2 blocks across here. So this is a pair of 2 and 5. Okay, that's maybe given us something to work with. If we've got 2 and 5 here, is it going to give us anything new? Well, we now know that the 1 is in these 2 squares. That gives us nothing, because actually 1 is like this. Or okay, so that's not very useful, is it? So I think we knew that that's not helpful at all. What else? 4. Let me see about 4 again. 4. Well, it does put 4 down here now, because 4 is in these 2 squares, right? So I do know that 4 is a pair in one of these 2 squares, because it can't appear here or here. This is 1 or 8 only. In fact, maybe I should look at this bottom row instead. If this is 1 and 8, the remaining square... Okay, yeah, it does, because 2 blocks... Oh, no. Sorry. Sorry, rewind all of that. 2 and 5. Sorry, I'm thinking about 1 and 8. Sorry, I'm thinking about a previous Sudoku game. How weird. 2 and 5 are here, I think. Right, sorry about that. 2 and 5 are here. So the missing numbers are 1, 1, 4, and 8. There we go. 1, 4, and 8. It's not going to be enough, is it? Okay, so all right. Anyway, that is a 4 along here. Back to thinking about this. Now this is 2, 5. So what else? 6s will be across there. Do we only know much about 6? Don't know much about 6 yet, do we? Really? Okay, 6 is across there. 8. No restrictions really. All right, so I'm going to have to start thinking about this game then. So it's turned out to it's going to delay my breakfast. How about that? When I said that's because I didn't have breakfast. You know, it's one of those Sod's Law type events, Murphy's Law, I think some people call it. You know, where you kind of if you make a decision to do something, it feels like it's, you know. Statistically, those kind of things don't work out, of course, but, you know, sometimes it just feels like it. When you wash your car, it rains. It always feels like that to me. Every time I wash my car, which is not very often, it rains. So, same kind of thing. If I don't have breakfast, this Sudoku is probably going to take me longer than I had thought. Now, is it going to need pencil marks? We wonder. Let's have a look at this block up here. 1, 2 is in. What do we know about 3s? So 3s are here. 3s are there. Over here. No 3s. What about up here? 3s are there. So no real restriction on 3s. 3s can go anywhere there, right? Now the 5s are in these squares. 6, yuck, no real restrictions. 7, far too many places. 8, oh dear, that's not a good block to be looking at, is it really? And the 9s are down here. That's not the right place. Oh, hold on a second, I've just seen a pair up here. What did I see up here a moment ago? What was it? I'm sure I saw something up there a moment ago. Was there a pair up there? 2, 3. 3. Okay. So this is 3 and 9. This is a pair of 3 and 9. 3's blocking across here, and 9's blocking across here, and 3 and 9 also blocking up here. So this is only a 3 or a 9. It can't be anything else. Right, come on. Okay, so now we have 4 blocking this square, 4 blocking this square, so this has to be a 4. Okay, let's come back and think about it again. 3 and 9. I've got to keep doing this because my memory is so poor. I forget these kind of things. So this is a pair of 7 and 8, so is this. In fact, it is 8 because 8 blocks across here. So that, in fact, will give us our 8 now. And then that's going to put, what is it, 7. Okay, the 8 blocks this square. So this is 8, and this is going to be our 7. Okay. Now, 7 blocking up here, up here. The thought of missing breakfast has suddenly made me put a spurt on, I think. Suddenly realised I don't want to be hungry, right? Missing numbers here are 5 and 6, so the missing number here must be a 4. Where do we go from here? I think 4 blocking this square, 4 blocking this square, 4 blocking this square, and 4 blocking this square. So in the bottom row now, lucky I looked at that before. I examined that bottom row before. It kept that in mind. It had me keeping that in mind about the 4s down there. I knew there were quite a few intersecting ones. Now we got the last one that's necessary, and these 1s are going to be useful now, because if you remember, these 2 squares are 5 and 8. So when 1 blocks down here, 1 must be in one of these 2 squares, meaning this can't be 1, and 1 blocks down here, so we know for sure 1 is there. And also 1 blocking across here and down here, we can place our 1 there. And what was this one? I've forgotten again. It's an 8, isn't it? Okay. Right then. I'm just trying to think what's missing here. 4 and 7, is it? Okay, so the 7 blocks this square. We know that if this is 4 and 7, this has also got to match, right? So this can't be 7. So the 7 is here, and the 4s will be in these squares like that. Oh, 4 is now finished. Yay, we've got our first number. Oh, swallowing things. Right, okay. Now, what's missing over here now? 7 is one of our missing numbers. That's 7 blocks there. And the last thing to place there is our 8. Then the 8 blocks up here, 8 blocks across here. That's our 8 there. So this was 2 and 5, wasn't it? So across here we have 1s, which blocked in the middle. 6 and 8, is it? Okay. Well, we've got 1 intersecting 8. The 6s we still don't know anything about, really. 6 is a mystery in today's puzzle. Right, now I think we can finish off this row, can't we? Because there's only 1 number missing. So when I say I think, I'm lying, because in fact I know. We can place a 6 there. And where do we look next? What's missing up here again? 3, 9, any help yet? No, not yet. What's missing over here now? Anything changed? 5 and 6? No, still nothing changed. So got to keep looking in other places. What's missing over here? I've forgotten. 3, 6, 7. Okay, all right, 7 blocking across here, 7 blocking up here. So now we can place our 7 there. So 7 across like this. And we can finish off the 7s, which is always a nice thing on this channel, because they sometimes like to go unfinished for quite some time, as some of you have pointed out. What's next? Oh, no good looking at that. I'm looking at something entirely useless. Okay, stop looking at it. By the way, this is a reasonable game. It's not, of course, expert level, but it is, unless something happens at the end, of course, we might get a logic puzzle. It has happened before in the Guardian, actually. Guardian Expert. I've got this far, and suddenly, wham! Had to go with the pencil marks and think hard. So it certainly happens, just not very commonly. Okay, we've got a 1 and 2 here and a 1 and 2 here. So blocked across here and blocked across here. So we do know that this is a naked pair of 1 and 2. And so in these 2 squares here, it's going to be 3 and 6, which is not helping, is it? Because 3 and 6 we still don't know about yet. Okay. All right, let's come back and think about this over here, though. So if this is, what did I say, 1 and 2 here, we have 3s in these squares, nothing changed there. We have 5s still possible like this. Really? 5s are interesting. And we have 6s still available like that. And we have an 8 that we can place now, because 8 blocks across here and 8 blocks down here. So now we can put our 8 there. And we can say 8 blocking down here and across here. So we can place our 8 there. Now, we knew from earlier 1 blocks down here. We said before 1 was in one of these 2 squares, right? So it obviously can't go here now. So the 1 must be there, and that's going to give us, I think that's going to give us the game now, actually. 1 goes there. 1 digit missing across this row. The invisible number at the there, the invisible number there is, come on, reveal yourself, 6. Okay, it took me long enough to find. Okay, so this 6 blocks that square there from becoming a 6. So 6 goes here, and 5 will finish that block. And the missing number down here is a 3. Yeah, okay, not much more to go now, is there? So where are we? This 6 stops this square from becoming a 6. We still need a 6 in this row, so we know for sure 6 goes there, and the last number here is a 5. 5 blocks this square, so 5 goes here, and if you remember 2, which I got confused about before, 2 blocks across here, that's our 2 there now. Last number to get here is a 6. 6 blocking across here, and that's our 6, and the last number here is 3. 3 blocking right the way across this row, puts a 3 there. 3 blocks this square here, so 3 goes in here. The last number up here is a 9. 9 blocks down here, this is a 9. This is just kind of general bookkeeping, as one person on the Facebook group calls it. Okay, so it took me quite a reasonable amount of time, although I must admit I wasn't particularly rushing because I'm not that hungry. So, but a reasonable game there, not at expert level, but reasonable anyway, maybe a medium level or something like that. Thank you very much. I'll be back with other Sudoku games, and don't forget Wordle as well, which is always a lot of fun, later today. Bye bye.